So, how did he give me HIV? The intermission, because we need one right now. Hello, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. So, I wanted to come in here and do a quick intermission and answer a couple questions that I saw before I fell asleep and this morning, just to give some clarity to some of the stuff that you guys are thinking. So, the first thing is I want people to understand that his mom did not warn me. His mom did not tell me anything. Okay? I need y'all to understand that. Excuse me. She did not. Ooh. Excuse me. Pollen boy. All right, so she did not. She did not tell me anything. Because, and why do I feel like she did not tell me anything? Despite what she told me 2 days before the wedding. Because, again, if you are paying attention, I knew this woman prior to knowing her son. I knew her before 2005, okay? I knew her before me and her son decided to date, before we said we were getting married, before anything. This woman was in my face on a regular basis. This woman sat by my bedside when I was sick. So there were plenty moments, opportunities that she could have come to me and she could have said, has Gregory told you that he has HIV? Do you know that Gregory has HIV? Like, there's a moment that she could have come to me and asked questions, and she would have assessed at that moment she doesn't know. Because I would have answered in the appropriate way of, no, what are you talking about? Now, one time did she do that. Now, do I feel that she had an obligation to do that? Absolutely not. It has never been any other person's obligation to disclose their HIV status to anyone except that said person. So I did not expect it from her. But I felt like as a woman, first and foremost, and secondly, as someone who I considered a friend prior to ever meeting her son, that she would have had the compassion, the integrity to say something, okay? That's my fault. I gave her too much. I gave her too much credit of who I thought she was as a person, okay? Secondly, I need people to understand that, we date who we date. If it's a younger woman dating an older man, if it's a younger man dating an older woman, whatever the situation is, most times people do not date for age. They date for the person being who they are. People are so stuck up on these numbers. Dog, did y'all not hear Leah when she said age ain't nothing but a number? I mean, granted, her situation is slightly different when it comes to age and what she was dealing with. However, it still stands true in the aspect of, okay, yes, I was in my 20s, he was in his 30s, so what? Okay? And then lastly, well, no, not lastly, because there's two more things. The other thing that I wanted to address was people saying that, oh, you were wanting to be with him for money. I literally already explained that. I'm not going to deep dive into that. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about money when I met him. Again, I was his friend for 2 years before we ever started dating. So if it was ever about money, I would have already made an attempt of pursuit for his money, had that been whatever it was, okay? And I'm just saying, like, nobody's going to be somebody's friend that long if their intent is to try to get money out of them. No. And then lastly, what I want to say is, this is not a clout chase. I have literally been an HIV advocate 16 years. Since I was pregnant with my twins, who will be 16 on March 22nd, I have been doing this. My first speaking event was me standing in front of a group of pregnant women, sharing my story, at hopes that they will understand that it's a dangerous world out here. Okay? I've been doing this. I've done print ads. I've been on billboards. I've done interviews. I've traveled. I do speaking engagements. I've written and self-published 3 books. Like, this is what I do. This is not a clout chase. Now, was I inspired by the young lady's story? Absolutely. I was extremely inspired, because I feel like I've done and told my story in so many ways. And seeing her break it down in the way she did it in parts, it definitely inspired me. So definitely I am inspired. Am I clout chasing off of her? Absolutely not. For the simple fact that my story and her story are not the same. There is nothing wrong with people sharing their life, even if it is in the same format. People use templates all the time. In your work, in your school, you use templates. So, I mean, hey, I was absolutely inspired, and I appreciate her for giving me that inspiration, okay? So that's what I wanted to give you guys this morning, just a brief intermission, just to go over those couple questions. As we go through these parts, you're going to learn some things. I'm all about learning. One thing about me is my purpose has always been to educate others and to make sure that others understand that this is something that can happen. You don't have to be just in a relationship. This is happening to people who are married. This is happening to people, who are doing everything that they're supposed to be doing as far as going and getting tested, asking questions, being in the know. It can happen to anyone. So that is why I share my story, because I feel like people really need to know this. They do. Some of you have never heard a story like this before. And some of you have heard my story hundreds of times. I hope that someone watching takes away something from what I am giving. I hope that someone learns something from what I am giving. I hope that you guys always just be kind in the comments, okay? Be kind to each other. And I mean, I'm not even going to say be kind to me, because it already has not been, kind, calm comments. And that's fine. But that's why I'm explaining things, because I want people to have the understanding when I'm saying certain things, what I mean. Like, I don't know. Some people do have selective hearing, and that's okay. That's okay. They hear what they want. Or some people feel like, well, you should have did X, Y, and Z. I wouldn't have did that. Guess what? You and I are not the same. No two people are the same. So the way that you would have done something and the way that I would do something or have done something is 2 completely different ways. And that's okay. That's okay. That is why this is my story and my journey, and whatever your story, your journey is yours. So we get ready to get back into it. Part 11 is going to be coming soon. Because I know I left y'all I left y'all hanging. I left you hanging. I really did. Not on purpose. I was tired. However, let's get back into it. And let's have an amazing, amazing Friday and weekend.